Hey Alexis, thank you so much for joining us. What's your full title at ICANN?
I don't know. I think I'm just a regular mentor.
You are a regular mentor, you're our up-and-comer, and you are from Camperdown, and it's so important that we've got you here, so thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Now, tell me about growing up, being autistic, and navigating your way through all of it.
I mean, it was weird for me because I have 3 siblings. I have a twin sister, an older sister, and an older brother. And my older brother is on the spectrum and also has an intellectual disability. So I kind of related to him a lot, and I never thought autism was that weird. I thought it was something made him really special, and I got along well with him. So I never saw it as much of a problem, and I never really got treated differently for it, I guess because people knew what to expect because my brother, because he was a lot stranger. But yeah, it wasn't too difficult. It was just trying to understand it from a young age. Like me and my twin sister, we did not get along because neither of us understood a thing about it.
And you know what? It's probably fair to say sometimes sisters don't get along that way. That sounds completely normal to me, actually. So you've really grown up in an environment where it's been like, all right, Alexis, let's get on with this. Like, let's get on with, you know, getting through school and getting a job and getting on with things.
Yeah, I was never really told, like, about my autism in general. I was kind of just told, you've got things like your brother, but not quite there. So I'm like, yeah, thanks for that. That reassures me.
So you've joined in the ICANN network. What made you, say, sign up in the first place? Because I'm imagining that your first point of call was maybe for some sessions or maybe the camp, or what made you go, yeah, I think I want to get involved here?
One of my best friends in, I think it was 2016 or 2017, they're just like, oh, there's this camp or something on for people with this, on the spectrum. At the time, I didn't know my friend was on the spectrum because she's one of those really social people who are like, you would never suspect it. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go with you. And I had a lot of fun. I met Kyle and Aisha and Peachy and a bunch of other people, and I thought, this is like a lot of fun. So I started attending sessions and I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, I want to do this.
We do have a lot of fun. Do you think that's because we're a pretty welcoming group that's kind of like, hey, same but different, we love you all the same, come hang with us?
I guess it's that, and also it's just like, there's a lot of people who share similar interests. Like, I've met a lot of kids who enjoy video games. I've gotten into Yugioh because of Kyle.
You what?
Yugioh.
What is that?
It's a card game.
Yeah. An online one?
No.
Oh.
Oh my God, Kyle needs to educate you.
Yeah.
But a lot of the kids have like gotten into things because of Kyle and other people, and because like some of them are pretty niche interests, and you know, like considering Camperdown's is more of a place for kids who are just into sports and everything. So like if you're not into like footy and netball and that kind of thing, then you're just kind of an outcast. Whereas like say music and art isn't that popular. So meeting people who had similar interests in video games and such, it was really welcoming, I guess. So I felt very at home with everyone, and I try to make everyone else who comes into my sessions feel that kind of welcome that I did.
And we have seen definitely in Camperdown people being much more embracive. I think over particularly the last few years, we've found that they're very, very kind and just want to help, but they maybe in the past haven't known how to, and we're seeing those programs really kick off absolutely big time. And you're a mentee, you go into one of the schools in Camperdown. What is the most rewarding thing about this? Because what you said just before was it can be difficult because it's a bit of a football community. So you're able to now work with those kids that may have felt like you did in the past. So they don't have to kind of go through that anymore now, do they?
Yeah. The most rewarding thing, God, that's difficult. It's weird because it's the primary school that I went to. So I know pretty much the entire layout. I know all the teachers. And so I can I feel like I understand them quite well compared to some other people. Like if someone like one of the other mentors came in, I might be able to be. I know more about the teachers. I know
This is
what
my
to expect.
territory.
Yeah, I know what to expect from them, and gives me a good idea of like the kids I'm meeting and like how supportive they can be. And it's just like it gives you kind of reassurance, I guess, that like the kids have got such good support community at the schools and everything. So I guess that'd probably be the best part besides just getting to know them and everything.
You have been a part of programs where the students have started literally from the beginning, and part of doing the program is about being proud to be autistic. What's it like when you're in the classroom and you're working through the projects and things like that, and you start to see a child or a participant start to say, actually, I don't have to be worried anymore about who I am. I'm really proud. I'm really proud right now.
I actually remember we do surveys, and I remember this was with Fabian for one of our primary school groups. It was the grade 3s to 6s, I think. And we were looking through the surveys, and one of the boys who seemed kind of distant in the group, who was like pretty social and everything, but didn't seem quite with the group. We had a look at his survey responses, and one of the questions was, what would you change about the ICANN program? And his response was, nothing, you can't just change something that's already perfect. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's weird when you get those responses from people, because it's just like, you just feel like you're doing this because you enjoy it, but you realise they're getting a whole lot from it. So I don't know, it's kind of natural seeing their growth. Like when I was a mentee, I didn't realise how much I grew. I only heard about it from Kyle and Fabian, and they're just like, you've changed so much. I'm like, I don't think I have. But I can kind of see it now in a way, but at the same time, not really. So, yeah.
So for the young person that is sitting at home watching the expo or watching this video online now, and they're thinking, yeah, well, I'm not really that good at like sport. I'm not really a netballer. I'm not really a bit of a footballer. What would you say to them about wanting to join in with the ICANN network?
I'd say anyone is welcome. I've met all kinds of people. I've known someone who had an interest in quails for whatever reason. I've known people who've...
As in the bird?
Yes.
Okay, I just thought I'd better check.
I've known people who are obsessed with trains, movie making, cooking, and all sorts of things that I know absolutely nothing about. So I think any and all would be welcome to share their interests and share their knowledge, because I love hearing about it. I love learning new things from everyone and seeing them share their passions with everyone.
I've heard card games, I've heard computer games. When you're not working for the ICANN, what are you doing? What does life look like
besides
for you? Yeah.
I have a second job at a supermarket, which is with all that's been happening.
Yeah.
And I sometimes do writing in my spare time.
What are your goals for the future?
Probably just do more work with the ICANN. I really enjoy it, and I hope I can do more in the future.
4 years ago, 2016, would you have ever thought that you would do something like this in a studio?
No.
Yeah, look at you go.
I feel quite uncomfortable just being here. I'm just like, why am
come
I... Like, I
on!
don't deserve to be here. It's so weird.
Deserve to be here.
It's weird being here, so I'm just like, I never thought like I'd end up here or like with the ICANN doing something that I'd love so much, so.
Yeah, look at all you've achieved. This has been amazing to talk to you today. And if there was anyone thinking about joining up with the program, what would be the one thing that you would tell them today?
Come into it with an open mind and be willing to meet new people, because I remember the first time I went in, I was absolutely terrified. I was the only girl there, from the only person at my particular school who went, and I was absolutely terrified that first day. But after a while, I feel like I made good friends with everyone, and I'm so glad I went. And yeah, just go in with an open mind and be yourself.